Now let's take a look at today's headlines.
The Zeta Beta chapter of the Sigma Kappa Delta English Honor Society will hold its fall 2018 induction ceremony on Friday, October 26th at 2 p.m. in F203. Sigma Kappa Delta is the English Honor Society for two-year colleges. It was founded in 1996 at Cody College. The society strives to confer distinction for high achievement in English language and literature in undergraduate studies. With more than 100 active chapters located in the United States, approximately 2,500 members are inducted annually. These chapters provide cultural stimulation on college campuses and promote interest in literature and the English language in surrounding communities. In order to be invited into the society, students must have completed at least 12 hours successfully, maintained an overall GPA of 3.0, and taken at least one English class with a finished grade of B or better.
The BPCC Music Program will present a guest artist series recital featuring classical guitarist Dr. Kane Buds at 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday, October 30th in the Stephen W. Slaughter Performing Arts Theater, or Building C. This recital is free and open to the public.
Today is the last day for the 2019 Homecoming Court nominations, as well as the entry deadline for the 2018 BPCC Talent Show. If you have not yet signed up for these events and you plan to, you need to do so as soon as possible.
Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. Skills USA helps each student excel. They provide educational programs, events, and competitions that support career and technical education. Skills USA will have an interest meeting on November 8th and November 11th. Both meetings will be at 2 p.m. in room D311. There's something for everyone in Skills USA, so we encourage any students interested to attend.
The Office of Student Life will host their Game Time event series from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in F203 November 7th and 8th. Students will have the opportunity to play board and card games, and students can also bring their own games. A valid student ID and ID card must be presented in order to check out games belonging to the Office of Student Life. Free popcorn and lemonade will also be served.
The Office of Student Life will host a Halloween costume contest for students on Wednesday, October 31st at 12 p.m. in the Quad. Participants must keep student costume attire at a respectable and tasteful level. First, second, and third place prizes will be awarded immediately after the competition. No costume, no worries. Come check out this frightfully spooktacular event.
In the spirit of this season, our reporter Michael Jennings wanted to know what our BPCC students' favorite scary movies were. Let's see what they had to say.
Hey guys, I'm Michael Jennings here with Sydney Parker with the BPCC News, and with Halloween coming up and all the horror movies being released, we thought it'd be a good idea to go ask people their favorite scary movie.
Favorite scary movie probably would have to be The Ring. I was actually terrified of it because of the images, and then it was kind of dealing with some psychological stuff. But that's where you go to scary movies for it to be scary. So
I have a bit of a soft spot for the Friday the 13th movies, especially the first 4 ones. If I want to just watch something that's really entertaining but not necessarily good, I just put that on and just grab myself a big bucket of popcorn and enjoy myself.
I like The Shining because of its style and its very unique cinematography, and I also like how the director, Stanley Kubrick, committed to how he wanted it to look and what shots he wanted to make, and I just appreciate it as a very artistic, good horror movie film.
All that sounds great. I hope you guys have an awesome and safe Halloween. Back to you guys at the news desk.
So Adam, do you know what costume you're going to wear to the contest?
I'm still trying to figure out how to make student loans into a physical costume, but while I try to figure that out, let's see what Lauren Wagner has in store for this weekend weather.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Wagner with your BPCC weather, and coming up after the break, we're going to talk about your current temperatures around the Arklatex, your temperatures right here at BPCC, and we're going to see what it's going to do for Halloween. Stay with me.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Hi, I'm Rusty Wallace. In racing, the driver is only as good as the team they've got behind them. The same principle holds true in business. A successful company invests in employees that are highly skilled and display good character. Our returning servicemen and women fit that bill. They've shown that they've got the qualities that make them real assets to any company that hires them. In the military, their education may include training in technology, communications, and logistics. But more importantly are the values that they embrace, like courage, integrity, and leadership, the same values that can make a business successful. So if you're an employer, on behalf of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, I want to urge you to hire smart and bet on a vet. It's also a great way to thank them for the service they provided on our behalf. To learn more, call the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes at 1-888-44-SALUTE or visit saluteheroes.org on the web. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to BPCC Weather. I'm Lauren Wagner. Let's look at your current temperatures around the Arklatex. Right now around the Arklatex, it's in the high 50s to low 60s with 56 degrees in Marshall. We have 62 degrees in Nacogdoches, 57 degrees in Texarkana. We have 58 degrees in Ruston and in Minden, and we have 61 degrees in Natchitoches. Let's check out your temperatures right here at BPCC. Right now at BPCC, it's 57 degrees with a humidity of 83%. Your dew point is at 52 degrees with a wind coming in from the west-northwest at 7 miles per hour. And your sunset tonight is at 6:30. Let's check out your 5-day forecast. So we got a little break from the rain with no rain chance until Wednesday, which is Halloween. A high of 78 and a low of 56 on Saturday. We have a high of 81 and a low of 55 on Sunday. For your Monday next week, we have a high of 74 and a low of 58. Moving on to your Tuesday, we have a high of 77 and a low of 63. But for your Halloween, we have a 70% chance of rain with a high of 72 and a low of 51. There's a lot of things indoors to check out for Halloween, so I hope you get out there and do something. I'm Lauren Wagner with the BPCC Weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Halloween is right around the corner, and that means a new, playful, frightening Frappuccino is in the works at Starbucks. Seasonal specialty drinks have become fan favorites at the coffee giant, and this year is no exception. The Witch's Brew Frappuccino has a base of what Starbucks calls toad's breath, a purple cream Frappuccino. Then there's a swirl of so-called green batworts, which are actually made with chai seeds. To top it all off with a swamp fog of vanilla whipped cream and a dusting of green powdered lizard scales. The creepy coffee concoction is available at participating stores starting Thursday and lasting as long as supplies last.
Wait is officially over. The State Fair opened its doors yesterday on the 25th and will be open until November 11th. Hours for the State Fair are Wednesday, Thursday, and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. A single day ticket costs $12, and this does not include a carnival armband. A fun pass covers the entire length of the fair and has an armband for all of the 15 days of the fair for $100.
A man recently walked into Shreve Memorial Library and returned his mother's overdue library book. The copy of Edgar Lee Masters' Spoon River Anthology has been checked out for 84 years. On Thursday, Robert Stroud was back at the library. This time, he came with a check to pay his mother's fine, and library staffers finally got an opportunity to meet the man behind this unique story. When Stroud found the book while cleaning out his mother's things and then returned it, he never thought the old, creased, and tattered volume would gather so much interest.
But the story gets even better. He called his siblings, and together they decided to play Margaret Strode's entire library find. The total came to be $1,542.65. His hope is to honor their mother and aunt, who were also librarians, by getting this world record. With this chapter finally closed, Stroud hopes his family's story inspires others to return that overdue library book. Library staffers said they plan to use the money from the book find for more promotions and for their early literacy program.
An outreach effort is underway in the Bossier Parish School District to help parents learn how to best communicate with their children about sexual abuse. That outreach began at a public meeting Tuesday night at Benton High School, where child advocates from Gingerbread House delivered a presentation for parents. Gingerbread House is a children's advocacy center that works with law enforcement and state agencies and performs what is called a forensic interview with children about claims of abuse. Gingerbread House, which has served nearly 11,000 child victims since opening its doors 20 years ago, says 90% of victims were abused by someone they know and trust.
Measuring blood pressure is one of the most common procedures performed at a doctor's office every day, but according to the American Heart Association, it also is one of the most common procedures to get wrong. Kim Hutcherson explains the importance of knowing your numbers and has 7 tips for an accurate reading in today's Health Minute.
For Officer Marcus Whitehead, knowing his numbers could be a matter of life or death.
It was scary. It was really scary because I thought about my 2 kids that I have.
After getting his blood pressure checked, doctors diagnosed Whitehead with hypertension.
It was just like a wake-up call that I really got to get serious about, taking more care of myself.
According to the American Heart Association, it's easy to make mistakes when checking blood pressure, whether you're doing it yourself or at a doctor's office.
So a patient may be stressed running from the parking lot to the clinic. Alternatively, the medical assistant may be in a rush and they may place that cuff over your clothing.
These errors can lead to a higher reading, which in turn leads to a misdiagnosis. The American Heart Association has a few simple things you can do to make sure you get an accurate measurement. First, empty your bladder ahead of the reading. Second, sit with your back supported, feet flat on the ground, and keep your legs uncrossed. You also want to make sure your arm is at heart level and supported. Next, make sure the cuff is over a bare arm and fits you properly. Finally, sit still and don't speak during the reading.
Believe it or not, some of these mistakes can lead to up to a 50-point difference in your blood pressure measurement.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
And coming up next is Chris Hale with your sports news.
It's the weekend, and we're looking at the beginning of Week 8 in the NFL, the Lakers, and some NBA scores. Stay tuned.
Coast Guard Foundation gave me funds to attend school. During that same time, my wife was pregnant. The foundation's grant allowed us to buy food, diapers, clothing.
Coast Guard Foundation really helps us to keep in touch with our families. They make an impact, and it leaves an impression that you don't forget.
I would like to thank the Coast Guard Foundation for helping out when times were tough.
Because sometimes, even the rescuers need to be rescued. The Coast Guard Foundation, proudly supporting the men and women of the United States Coast Guard and their families. Find out how you can help at rescuetherescuers.org.
FSHD is one of the most common forms of muscular dystrophy. It's a degenerative disease that weakens muscles in the face, shoulders, upper back, and legs. FSHD robs you of your smile and makes simple tasks nearly impossible to perform. FSHD affects hundreds of thousands of people, but most have never met another patient. Many have not even been diagnosed. Someone you know may be living with FSHD. Let them know they are not alone and that we're making real advances toward a treatment. You can help by going to our website, fshsociety.org/curefshd, and share the photos and facts about the disease using the hashtag #CureFSHD. By simply raising awareness, you could change someone's life and help us get closer to a cure.
Welcome to another edition of BPCC Sports. I'm Chris Hale. Let's get to it. While it may have been hard to focus on given that Thursday night football was a dissonance of bizarre calls and even stranger coaching decisions, the Texans notified the rest of the NFL that they are back in rhythm. This 42-23 beatdown of the Dolphins in primetime, Houston's 5th win in a row, should be terrifying for the AFC South teams unable to pull away when they had their chance. It should also be a signal for any general managers looking to shop talent before the coming deadline. LeBron James may be the Lakers' resident rock star, but Lance Stevenson can play one heck of a solo. James wowed throughout Thursday night's game, completely controlling the offense with 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists for his first triple-double as a member of the Purple and Gold. But it was Stevenson who hit a pair of big-time three-pointers in the fourth quarter, sparking a Lakers comeback that led to a 121-114 win over previously unbeaten Denver. Let's take a look at some scores around the NBA from last night. Blazers beat the Magic 128-114. The Celtics beat the Thunder 101-95. and the Pistons beat the Cavaliers 110 to 103. Well, that's it for sports today. I'm Chris Hale. Back to the news desk, and have a good weekend.
Authorities have intercepted a total of 10 suspicious packages wrapped in manila envelopes and plastered with 6 forever stamps. It's unclear who sent the packages and from where. Officials say the packages came through the postal system, turning their attention to search a mail facility in Opelika, Florida. The suspicious packages were sent to former President Barack Obama, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Cory Booker, and other prominent Democratic figures, and the CNN. Investigators at the FBI said the devices appear to be pipe bombs, rudimentary but functional explosives utilizing projectiles and pyrotechnic powder. The FBI says it will be working around the clock as the manhunt continues for these domestic terrorists.
Kisses may cost you more if you're looking for Hershey's chocolate version. The candy company says it is planning to raise prices on a fifth of its products. No word on which products will see the increase. Hershey says the prices will go up about 2.5%. Hershey is one of the many companies getting squeezed by rising commodity and shipping costs. It hopes higher prices will offset those costs without scaring away customers. The changes will go into effect next year.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved a new flu drug. Exfluenza can be used on patients 12 and under who've been showing symptoms for no more than 48 hours. It has been nearly 20 years since the FDA last approved a flu drug. Officials stress that while this additional treatment option is important, it's not a replacement for a yearly vaccine. Other preventative measures include hand washing, disinfecting surfaces, and not touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. The Centers for Disease Control said flu activity is currently low across the country. Last year, the CDC says more than 80,000 people died of the flu, the highest number in over a decade.
A deep-sea expedition captures on camera an ultra-rare sighting of a creepy underwater creature that looks like a ghost and is named after a Disney character. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
An extremely rare sighting of a ghostly octopus left deep-sea explorers entranced. It was spotted in the deep waters off California and is called Grimpiotetis, or whatever this says. It's also known as a Dumbo octopus. Can you guess why? Don't let its cartoonish looks fool you, though. This little cephalopod can be pretty fierce. Experts say the small octopus can swallow its prey whole. Crew members of the exploration vessel EV Nautilus posted video of the spooky sighting online, and just in time for Halloween. What you are seeing is a 2,400-year-old shipwreck found at the bottom of the Black Sea. For 3 years, members of the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology Project used advanced technology to map almost 800 miles of the sea floor. It was there they discovered the remains of the ship, believed to have been a Greek trading vessel dated to 400 BC. That makes it the oldest known shipwreck in the world. The discovery was made in 2017, but the team only recently shared the images with the world. And in non-freaky underwater news, this is Rosie. She's not your typical therapy animal, but make no mistake, this little filly is great at her job. For 10 years, Rosie and her owner have visited Wisconsin hospitals, and doctors say patients' faces light up when Rosie comes prancing in. Therapy animals can offer much-needed emotional support for those with physical ailments. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Up next, Lauren Wagner has your weather recap.
I'm 5'11",
barely 5'4".
I weigh about 170 pounds.
Brown eyes, blue eyes,
brown hair,
gray hair.
I'm a baseball fanatic.
I'm a wife, a mom,
a sister,
and a grandfather.
I'm a bodybuilder.
I'm a research analyst,
small business owner,
teacher,
dance fitness instructor,
film and television actor.
I'm an office clerk.
I'm a copywriter. I'm a veteran.
I have a prosthetic leg.
I have multiple sclerosis.
I have lupus.
Cerebral palsy.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
I'm blind.
And I'm working in a job I love.
I love.
Because I was given a chance.
Because I was given a chance.
To contribute my skills and talents.
To show my disability is only one part of who I am.
Who I am.
Who I am.
At work, it's what people can do that matters.
For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Wagner with your weekend weather recap, and it looks like it's going to be a great weekend with a 0% chance of rain all throughout with a high of 68 and a low of 49 today. Tomorrow for your Saturday, it warms up a little with a high of 78 and a low of 56. And for your football Sunday, guys, it's a high of 81 and a low of 55. I'm Lauren Wagner with your weekend weather recap. Back to you guys at the desk.
Americans love their wine, and with affordable wine in high demand, Target, Walmart, and Kroger are rolling out premium wines for cheap. Walmart introduced a line of private label wines this year, and they sell for only $11 a bottle. Walmart's senior wine buyer told USA Today they drink like a $30 to $40 bottle. Target started selling California Roots brand last year for $5, and they're doing well. Kroger and 7-Eleven are also looking at expanding their wine selections to have less expensive but quality options.
Nintendo is going from the living and entertainment room to the classroom. It's partnering with education nonprofit Institute of Play to bring some of its products to 100 elementary school classrooms across the U.S. The goal? Help kids build communication and critical thinking skills in science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, also known as STEAM. It's offering the Switch, a handheld and home console, and Labo kits, a series of do-it-yourself projects that allow kids to build things out of cardboard. They include remote-controlled cars, fishing rods, and pianos. Interested schools can apply for the program.
Plenty of movie news today, from a magical sequel to the heroine of Halloween to a familiar action star back for more. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
There's a rumor that Newt Scamander is headed to Paris.
The sequel, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, is aiming to make as much magic as the first film. Box office trackers are estimating an opening weekend between $65 and $75 million when it hits theaters November 16th. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them debuted with $74 million on the same weekend 2 years ago. Jamie Lee Curtis is striking while Halloween is hot. Variety reports the actress has joined the cast of Rian Johnson's Knives Out, described as a modern-day murder mystery. Daniel Craig stars as the detective on the case. Shooting is set to start in November.
3 of Viking's drug dealers have disappeared.
What makes you think you can kill a man? I read it in a crime novel.
Oh, he can kill a man. Liam Neeson is back in action in Cold Pursuit. Neeson plays a small-town snowplow driver and model citizen who goes to war with the drug cartel he blames for his son's death. The first trailer just dropped for the wintry thriller, which blows into theaters in February. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all the news we have for you today. I'm Sydney Parker.
And I'm Adam Stampley. We'll see you back here next week.